sheriff's office, we have 16 canines that work the street for us currently. 14 of the dogs are dual certified patrol dogs / either bomb dogs or narcotic dogs. The 2 additional dogs in the school right now, you probably see them on Facebook and follow our page, are our 2 bloodhounds. And they are fantastic. I was going to try to have them here today, but it's kind of hard logistically. So a total of 16 dogs, and our dogs work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There's a canine working on those dogs. Yes, sir. That's what question? Thank you.
No questions, yes.
Waving to friends.
All dogs will promote us and sign us and hold us with our families. Here in Pinellas, we host the schools for Clearwater Police Department, Pinellas Park, Largo, Tarpon Springs PD, and sometimes Cascade County Sheriff's Office on our roster. We're very fortunate facilities we have. Who wants to meet Eddie?
Come on. Oh, God, I don't want to know. Please tell me this is not a smelly dog. Tell me this is a friendly dog. I like this. Oh, God, he's like, oh, God, he's excited. Oh, no. Can I pet you? Aw. Hey, he's like, hi, kitty. Good boy. Oh. Oh, God, he looks.
Works for one thing. This.
A bone.
He loves his dog. No, don't do it. I know you want to.
Oh, God. That dog's jumpy.
He works for justice, but more importantly, his tug toy.
He jumps. Aw.
Oh.
Oh, God, he looks so
I
funny.
agree 100%. Absolutely. But Eddie's a dog. He's a goofball.
He's cute.
Okay. So anyway, the way these dogs work, the way we train them nowadays is a lot different from the way we used to. Who's ever heard police dogs are mean dogs? Anybody? Like to bite and all that kind of stuff?
I have.
Many years ago, maybe that was true, but nowadays, our dogs are trained a lot differently. We train these dogs under the reward system and marker training versus compulsions. When I say compulsion, our dogs years ago, who's ever had a bad boss?
Oh, we have.
Sitting next to you, don't raise your hand right now. Who's ever had a really good boss? Obviously, you worked a lot harder for the good boss and the good teacher. You wanted to please them, right? Work hard with them. Yeah. We found with these dogs years ago under compulsion, we would make them sit down and go down and stuff like that. And they would do it, but they weren't real happy about it. And that created a more offensive dog, a dog that wanted to fight more. Now, Eddie, in school, when we first got him,
That dog is just happy. Oh, God, that dog was.
every time Eddie did something in school I wanted him to do, I rewarded him within 1.5 seconds with his tug toy or with food. And we found training our dogs this way, they're much more social. I let Eddie loose in a preschool right now. I feel that's safe with him, that he will not bite anybody until I tell him to bite. So
Don't tell him to bite.
That's the kind of dog we want working for the sheriff's office. He's kind of like a subcontractor. He works for me, right? So he has to do what I have to ask him to do all the time. That kind of goes into bites. At the sheriff's office, we bite less than 9% of the suspects that we track. We're really proud of that. Most bad guys we track are smart enough to give up. They lay down behind cars, things like that.
Yeah.
And our dogs will tell us when they're getting close, their tails are wagging real hard, they're dragging us.
Yeah.
And most of the bad guys are smart enough to say, hey, I'm under the car, I'm here in the bushes. We know you're there. We're going to get you in a second.
Yeah.
So we're real proud of that. Let's start with questions about Eddie and the dogs. Anybody? Yes, ma'am.
How old is he?
Eddie just turned 3 in February. Yep.
Oh, God.
Is he a full-blooded shepherd?
No, he's not. He's called a Shepa Mal. We have German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, and then we have Eddie, the old Heinz 57. He is a Shepherd and Mal mix, which is, for me, the best of both breeds. He has the hips of a Mal and a brain of a Shepherd. Yes, you have a question, ma'am? No? You have a question?
That dog is still hanging on nothing.
Oh, yes, he's found a lot of people in the woods. He's found a bunch of them.
How many years could he work?
They work about 7 to 8 years on it generally, because we retire them at about age 7 to 8, and the reason we do that is Eddie has a very boring life at home. Eddie goes home, he gets no toys, no treats, not inside the house. He lives in a kennel outside with a ceiling fan and a couch. But The reason we retire them early is their whole lives are boredom, very bored at home. And the reason we do that is when they go to work, every day when I start putting my gear on during the night, Eddie hears me come out back with my vest and my gun belt, and he jumps up, he starts spinning in
Oh
circles.
my God.
Every day to him is Disney World. We're going to Disney World every day when we go to work. If we made it too comfortable at home, he'd be on the couch going, nah, you go to work today without me. I don't feel like going in there.
Oh my
I don't want
God.
that to happen. Plus, they work very hard while they're at work. Eddie goes over about 10 to 15 fences a night, 6-foot fences a night, tracking suspects. So his hips and his shoulders wear out within 6 to 7 years. So our plan at the sheriff's office is to retire them at about age 7 to age 8, so Eddie can be a dog for a couple years before he passes and he can enjoy himself. Try pizza, ice cream, stuff like that. Yes, sir, you got a question? Yes, we do. Yep, we chase people all the time. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. That's correct. Yep, absolutely. Yes, sir, Beck.
Are they paired up as puppies or only after they're trained?
We get them, we call it green dogs. We get them at about 12 months old, between 9 months and 12 months.
Dang.
They're totally green dogs. They have no idea they're police dogs. All we're paying for is genetics. They have that high hunt drive, high prey drive that we're looking for. We pay about $11,500 per dog, completely untrained. And once we get them, we train them in-house with the individual handlers that we select. So they do a 4-month school with their new handlers. At any point during the school, the dog does something we don't like. They show fear. Their skin is toward gunfire, slick floors, things like that. We will send the dog back to our vendor and get a new dog to start school over again. Because one thing about canine is we don't want to settle for a mediocre dog because you're going to work with that dog for the next 7 to 8 years. And what worse feeling is it driving down the road going, hey, I need a canine, and you're like, well, we'll go give it a shot again and find this person for you, but he's not really good. So we never settle for a mediocre dog. We have flipped so many dogs that they start out in school and they do something we don't like. We want that 1-year guarantee we have with the dogs, and we'll send them back to get new ones that day. Yes, sir.
You use German commands, or
No,
do you, okay.
all English commands. Eddie is from Hungary. We get dogs from Czech Republic, Poland, Italy, France, all over Europe, and we're cops. We're not that smart, to be honest with you. So we teach them all English commands. Yes, ma'am.
Do you breed them to make new dogs? No.
It is against policy to breed the dogs by the sheriff. A lot of people ask us, do we breed dogs? Why don't we start our own kennels and breed dogs for our own puppies and go that route? You have to understand that the dogs that we get from Europe, let's say they have a litter of 10 puppies, 2 or 3 of those dogs will be police dogs. The other 7 or 8 are going to be pets for people. We don't want to take on a breeding company where we're like, okay, there's 1 or 2, and sadly, maybe none of them in that litter are going to be good police dogs. So that's why we don't do that at all. Yes, sir. They do, yes. Every time the dog retires to the sheriff's office, the sheriff signs the dog over as members of our family. We take all responsibility, including feeding the dog, vet bills, all that kind of stuff, yes. And no handler in the history of the sheriff's office has ever turned that down. Obviously, we spend more time with our dogs than we do our family, 24/7 with these guys, so the thought of him not being around us,
What is he doing?
not a chance. Yes,
You gotta raise your hand.
a what? Huh? A mom. Oh, I'm sure he had a mom, absolutely. Yeah.
He needs to know you
He's
want
a bomb dog. He's a full bomb dog.
Look
His
at
primary
him.
job are tracking suspects and looking for bombs. He's one of the 7 dogs in bombs. He has 7 bomb dogs and 7 narcotics.
He would, he's got
Because it's more dangerous with them under arrest. It's more dangerous with them under anesthesia where they cannot come out of it. Look for it. The cheapest dogs we can get with a low bid, right? For the government, where it's like, hey, that dog with half a tail, is he cheaper? So right now, I told you the dogs are going for $11,500 per dog. These dogs are going for about $17,000 per dog. It's not. We've had the females in the past; they track just as well. Everything's great with them. We just can't afford them, to be honest with you. They're just way too expensive for us. So until the prices go down, that's where we're at with dogs.
likes to.
That's right, exactly. Any other questions about Eddie?
Finally.
With his food, he eats pro-plan sport.
Oh,
He gets that 2 cups of size twice a day, so 4 cups a day. And that food is a little bit more fatty. We want to get a little fatty too because he works all night long, running, jumping, stuff like that, so you got to keep the meat on him. He weighs about 75 pounds right now. We like to keep him right at that weight. If they get too heavy, they have a hard time. I always ask them, who wants to come to K9? What do you think happens? They all raise their hand. Everybody wants to come to K9 because it's so cool. Well, then they come to tryouts. And then they're like, not so cool after all. Our tryouts are about a 12-hour day where they spend a lot of time swimming in lakes with alligators, snakes, water moccasins, in the woods, low crawling, a lot of mud, a lot of ticks, things like that. We want handlers that are not scared to go through really bad places because when bad guys run from us, they're not going to go to nice, pristine places. They're going to go to the worst places they can find where most captains don't want to go get them. That's where Eddie comes in. Eddie doesn't care. He's going to go where he's got to go to find a bad guy, and the handlers have to go with him. So it's important. We see a lot of dropout rates during the K9 tryout night. A lot of people are like, never mind, you have no idea what you guys are doing. We do not want to do this. Yes?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Well, I'm with them. What we do is when we're tracking a suspect, we have a real long lead. This is my 6-footer. We have a 15-foot lead. We trap a tracking harness on him, and he tracks us on his shoulders, not on his neck. We can read our dogs when they're getting close to a hide. Let's say, I actually had a catch, right? Anyway, doesn't really matter. We had a catch locally recently, and the bad guy was hiding in some bushes. I told you how Freddie's thinking, right? Like, oh, we're having so much fun. This is great. This is great. He can't help his body language. His tail goes way up in the air. He's pulling frantically, and we call it bracketing an odor. He's like, his head's spinning like, oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. He's all over the place. And that's when we know we're close. And what we do is we pull back on the lead and start challenging. Sheriff's Office K9, if you don't come out of there, you're going to get bit. And 9 out of 10 times, the bad guy comes out. We're always with Eddie. The only time we're not with our dog is if we release them on a called straight. Straight is the bad guy running somewhere or wherever, and we're not close enough. We'll cut him off lead, and they can run 30 miles an hour. So these dogs, sometimes at night, training, we get bored, we get radar guns out, and we have competition who has the fastest dog in the unit that night. And right now, they average about 30 miles an hour running. So the bad guys are not going to outrun Eddie, I promise. Yes?
When he retires, do you get a new dog or you come out?
I'm done. I'm in drop right now. This is my 3rd dog, and I'm old, to be honest with you. Every handler does have the opportunity to get another dog if they wish. One thing I have found about K9, I've been deputy for 33 years, last 15 in K9. Once you get to K9, nobody wants to leave because they're paying us to play with a dog. Is there a better job in the world? It's a great job. So yeah, it's very difficult to get people to leave. Even pretty much everyone in my unit that's been there for more than 5 or 6 years has had knee surgery. We've all had double knee surgery, broken ankles, broken wrists. It's a very physically demanding job, but nobody wants to leave because it's so much fun. Somebody else have one over here? I'm sorry.
Yeah, are you the only one that can feed him?
Yes, I am the only one who feeds them. It's kind of funny. Side story. My wife loves animals. She's a huge dog lover. We have 5 dogs. We're insane, I know.
God. It's too much.
Every time she tells Eddie to do something, she's like, Eddie, sit. And he just walks away from her. She gets so mad. She was like, why won't he listen to me? I said, because you're not commanding him to sit. Voice deflection. You treat him like a pet. She's like, oh, she's convinced Eddie loves her. Eddie doesn't love her, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Eddie
God.
likes her, but, you tell Eddie, out, sit. Voice deflection is so important. That includes things like feeding the dog. He and I are partners every day. He knows who feeds him every day. And when I tell him to do something, it's kind of like you asked about the German commands. It doesn't matter what language you use, what words you use. And I said every time in school, bananas, in a certain voice deflection to Eddie, and that meant to engage and fight the suspect. When I yelled, bananas, he would go bite somebody. The word we're using is the voice deflection. Out, sit.
That dog's just cute. That dog is adorable.
So yeah, it's everything. It's about voice deflection, and that's a big problem we have with our new canine handlers. Whenever we get a big burly guy in there, their praise voice has to be real high. That high praise. And we get these real guys that are real tight, big muscle guys, right? And they're like, good boy, good boy, good boy. Like, you're so boring, stop that. I want to hear your high-pitched voice. I want to hear your praise voice, not just your correction voice all the time. That's why our female handlers are so successful. They use voice deflection much better than men do, quite honestly. They can go high-pitch and go low if they have to. When you watch obedience, our female handlers versus male handlers, the females have much better obedience because they can change voice deflection versus the males can. Yeah, buddy, what you got? Yes, that is correct. Yes. Now you'll be fine. Don't worry for a while. Yes, we train them in-house, the Sheriff's Office K-9 section. Yes, sure do. Yes. No, just one. The only dogs that can have multiple handlers are our bloodhounds. Bloodhounds will work for anybody. They don't care as long as they're out tracking someone, they're happy. These dogs, if I gave my leash to another handler, Eddie would be so confused. He'd keep looking back like, hey, where's my dad? What's going on? Where's he at? It's not right. So yeah, it has to be single handlers except for the bloodhounds. Bloodhounds are great. They'll work for anyone. They don't care. They're very unique dogs, to say the least. Yes.
When they retire, where do they get to retire to? Like
To the handlers.
Okay.
The sheriff signs them over to, as I call them members of our family. Some say property. I don't like that. They're family members. So yeah, the sheriff signs them over to us as our future family members. Yes.
Can you ever pet one of those dogs?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
When I'm done, if you guys want to come get pictures, we'll pet him. Feel free.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's a big lover. Yes.
Do you ever neuter them?
If medical conditions require it, we have 2 dogs right now in the unit that have been neutered.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You ask the lady has to go over here for medical conditions only. Though.
Yeah, okay.
Just for medical conditions.
Oh.
Oh, he asked if any of our dogs were neutered. I said yes, 2 of them are neutered for medical conditions. No. Not at all. Boring. Everything at home is extremely boring. He lives in a kennel outside. Now, when I say that, don't take that wrong. He has a ceiling fan. He has a stand. He has a huge water bucket. He has a mini couch. I'm not lying. My wife got him a mini couch. That. But no bed, no inside. Everything's got to be very boring at home. So when he goes to work, he's excited to go. You don't want to spoil them at home because they will figure out, like, hey, I got a great scam going on here at the house. Why would I want to live? You don't want to do that. Not
He's
at all.
cute.
Not at all.
Good dog.
All right. Well, again, thank you for coming out today. It's great talking to everyone. If you want to come up in a little while, come see Eddie. I'll be here for